Is the unbreakable bond between V and Jungkook fraying under HYBE's pressure? In the world of K-pop, where camaraderie and unity are often showcased, recent developments suggest that even the strongest bonds can be tested. A leaked internal report has ignited discussions about potential disagreements between BTS members V, Kim Taehyung, and Jungkook regarding their contracts with HYBE. The report, initially presented at the React parliamentary audit, revealed that HYBE monitored malicious content about K-pop idols, including their own artists, and was allegedly a VIP member of Sojang, a controversial YouTube channel known for spreading harmful rumors. This revelation has left fans shocked, especially since both V and Jungkook have been targets of defamation by Sojang. Amidst this controversy, fans have revisited past interviews and statements, particularly focusing on the 2018 contract renewals. An old interview with BTS rapper Suga resurfaced, where he recalled the group's deliberations during that period. Suga mentioned sending a heartfelt message to V and Jungkook, encouraging them to continue with a positive mindset. V responded emotionally, stating that Suga's words deeply touched him and provided renewed motivation. These past hesitations, combined with the recent leaked report, have led fans to speculate that V and Jungkook might have had reservations about their association with HYBE for some time. The current situation has intensified discussions about the agency's influence on BTS's future and the well-being of its members. As the group approaches a significant comeback in 2025, the dynamics between its members and their agency remain under scrutiny. The unfolding events serve as a reminder of the complexities behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, where personal relationships and professional commitments often intersect. But what really happened behind those airport smiles and polite nods? Were we witnessing the calm before an inevitable storm? Sources close to the situation, though unofficial, have started murmuring about a deeper strain, one that has nothing to do with professional disagreements and everything to do with loyalty, freedom, and the increasingly fragile relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook. They were once inseparable, the golden duo of BTS. Fans remember the playful moments, the unguarded laughter, the meaningful glances shared on stage and off-stage alike. For years, their friendship had been untouchable, so strong that it became a symbol of unshakable brotherhood in an industry often known for its calculated relationships. But recently, the cracks are starting to show, and they're growing louder with every quiet silence between the two. The theory spreading among fans is not just about the contract. It's about control. It's about Jungkook being urged to stay within HYBE's powerful grasp while Taehyung allegedly whispers a different vision, one of autonomy, one that leads Jungkook away from the agency that made him a star. If that theory is true, then the pressure Jungkook is under is unimaginable. Does he follow his instincts or the voice of his brother-in-arms? Does he protect the legacy built with blood, sweat, and tears? Or does he risk everything for the chance to breathe freely? What fans cannot ignore is the timing. Jungkook's recent military return was not marked by the usual wave of press photos and planned fanfare. Instead, it was quiet, subtle, even suspiciously so. And in the days following, while HYBE remained curiously silent, it was Taehyung's movements that drew attention. He was seen traveling, seen keeping a low profile, and most shockingly, was not part of any official welcome. Was this absence a message? Was this the silence of someone distancing himself before an explosion? The rumors thickened when whispers from insider circles suggested that Taehyung and Jungkook had a private meeting days before Jungkook's discharge. Some claim it ended in tears. Others say it ended in unresolved tension. What they all agree on is that the outcome of that meeting seemed to shift something in Jungkook. He became more withdrawn, more private, and notably, more resistant to HYBE's proposed new contract, one that reportedly included a restrictive clause tying him to the label until 2030. It's worth remembering that Jungkook, for all his fame, has always been fiercely private. He's the golden magne, yes, but he's also someone who carries the weight of expectations like no other. The suggestion that his mother is now involved in contract negotiations only adds another layer of intrigue. According to speculation, she has voiced deep concerns over the toll that exclusive contracts have taken on her son's mental and emotional health. Could this maternal influence be one of the final straws pushing Jungkook toward independence? And where does Taehyung truly stand in all of this? Is he the supportive friend cheering on Jungkook's courage, or is he the silent fire fueling a rebellion from within? More importantly, how does HYBE perceive his actions? As a member of the same group, is Taehyung now seen as a threat to their control? Some believe the agency has already begun to distance itself from him in subtle ways. Less promotional material, fewer official updates, and an eerie silence regarding his public activities. Fans are split. Some fear this is the beginning of the end for BTS as we know it, while others believe it's merely the beginning of a new era. One where members are finally allowed to define their own paths without corporate shadows dictating their every move. What cannot be denied, however, is the emotional impact of seeing two of BTS's brightest stars potentially diverging in such a dramatic fashion. The heartbreak lies in the uncertainty. Are we watching the disintegration of a once unbreakable bond, or are we witnessing the painful but necessary steps towards self-liberation? Will Taehyung and Jungkook reconcile their differences and find a new way forward, or will the pressure from HYBE, the media, and fans prove too heavy to carry together? And what will this mean for the group's long-awaited reunion? Can they truly return as seven if two of them can no longer stand on the same side? Or will this fracture ripple outward, affecting each member in ways we cannot yet predict? Jungkook's silence now speaks louder than any press release. His choice to disappear from public view following Taehyung's alleged intervention at the airport has only fueled the fire. Was that the moment the decision was made? Was that the day he quietly walked away from everything we thought he would return to? And now, as the days stretch into weeks, with no public statement from Jungkook and only cryptic social media activity from Taehyung, the silence is deafening. The question no one in the media dares to ask aloud, yet everyone desperately wants answered, hangs in the air like a storm cloud. Are we about to witness Jungkook's quiet rebellion against the very empire that built him? The tension is not just artistic, it's deeply personal. HYBE, once the bastion of innovation and creative freedom, is now seen by some as a corporation unwilling to loosen its grip on its most valuable asset. Fans who once cheered for the company's bold strategies are now questioning its methods. And in the middle of this emotional standoff stands Jungkook, caught between the legacy of BTS and a future he may be trying to rewrite from scratch. There's no denying that Taehyung's role in this drama is pivotal. He's not just a bystander. The very idea that he would arrive ahead of the HYBE team to be the first to reach Jungkook suggests more than brotherly concern. It suggests a warning. If the rumors are true, if Taehyung urged Jungkook not to sign that contract, not to surrender another chapter of his life to corporate demands, then he's not just a friend. He's a catalyst, possibly even a conspirator in a silent rebellion that no one saw coming. Observers have begun to question whether this quiet divide has been growing behind the scenes for much longer than anyone realized. Was the camaraderie we saw on screen in recent years as sincere as it appeared, or was it carefully maintained to avoid rocking the ship before their military enlistments? Has the group been living on borrowed unity? And what of HYBE? Their PR strategy has been oddly passive. While fans have raised hashtags, made trending topics of their concerns, and dissected every frame of airport footage and fan cams, HYBE has remained curiously hands-off. Not a single official statement about the contract rumors. No acknowledgement of Jungkook's absence. No clarification about Taehyung's presence at the arrival site. Silence can be a strategy, but in this case, it's starting to feel like an admission. What's more, inside whispers claim that HYBE has been holding emergency internal meetings, trying to decide whether it's riskier to force Jungkook into a decision or let him go. Because if he does leave, it won't just be a contractual termination, it will be an earthquake. BTS is more than a group. It's a global cultural force. If one of them breaks away in a high-profile, emotionally charged split, the domino effect could alter the future of idol group management forever. Now, fans are starting to split into factions. Some believe Jungkook should stay, sign the contract, and ensure BTS's stability for the years to come. Others insist that freedom is more important than loyalty to a label. even one as powerful and historic as HYBE. They see Taehyung not as a rebel, but as a visionary, someone who sees the cage even when it's gilded. They see Jungkook as a phoenix, quietly preparing to rise. The impact of these developments is already being felt across the entertainment world. Industry experts are warning of a new era, one in which top-tier idols begin demanding creative and personal autonomy that rivals Western standards. Jungkook's next move, whatever it may be, could set the precedent for a generation of artists watching from the sidelines. And in this moment of absolute silence, the only certainty is uncertainty. What is Jungkook thinking as the world speculates on his future? What did Taehyung say to him in private that shifted everything? Is HYBE bracing for a breakup they never imagined could happen? As emotions run high, one can't help but wonder, will we look back at this moment as the beginning of the end, or the start of a new revolution in K-pop?